Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 23 on Calmsden Farm with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, as you can see, I've got the fence set up here on our cedar, and we're going to start to put canola in this field. Well, we're going to start and finish. The mulching still needs to be completed on field 6. I'll move over to that once I get this field to a place where a worker can carry on. This tractor has worked out really well. I really like the maneuverability of these two-track tractors. Especially when you pair them up with implements like this and our cultivator, for that matter, that have the 3-point links on them. Really nice to use, in my opinion anyway. It would be nice to upgrade our cedar. It would be kind of the next logical thing. Not likely we'll do that unless something really good comes up in the used store. We don't have a whole lot of seeding left. This field here, and I guess our barley and our other two fields could go in. You know what? I think there's actually now planting available for next month for the oats. Just let me stop and check that. Yes, indeed. We can put oats in next month as well. I don't know when that changed, but it was obviously one of the updates to the map. At least I don't think it was that way originally. So we can put oats in as well. So we got a little seeding to do in the next few days here on the farm. Now, of course, we need to get this rolled after we get it seeded, and we need to get the field 6 limed. And we still have 2 grass fields. If we get all that done, then we can go and tackle. So no lack of jobs here on Calmsden. Now we can add riding the horses to that daily list of tasks of things to do. Currently sitting at 49 subscribers on the channel, so if any of you are watching this and aren't subscribed and could hit that old subscribe button to get me to the nice even 50, I would truly appreciate it. Give me something to brag about to the wife about. And what am I going to do for the when I reach 50 subscribers? Absolutely nothing. But hey, at least I'm honest. Alright, well I'm going to carry on with this. Like I said, I'm going to kind of get it set up so we can get a worker going on it, and I'll get onto the mulching. And as per usual, I'll bring you back in for an update at some point and let you know how things are going. So we'll see you in a little bit. Well, I thought I'd bring you in for a midday update. As you can see, I'm working on the rolling here on our canola field, so obviously that means that the seeding is complete. I finished the prep work on field 6, our oats field. The mulching's done and it's limed, so it's ready to be seeded next month with oats. And I also fertilized our 2 grass fields that we cut last month, the one at the market garden and field 4 down by the sheep. Once I get a worker going on here, I've got the large masses set up on the mowers, and we'll go mow the field by the farm shop and the secret field and get that grass baled and picked up. And we'll put it in our production barn here down at the main farm and get that processed. I was thinking at one point we might need an extra grass field, but I think those 4 fields are actually going to keep up okay, so we don't need to worry about that. Well, as you can see, this Massey is second only to our large one in terms of hours. These 2 really have been workhorses around the farm, and I suspect this tractor will catch up and pass the large Massey, because now we're all the heavy field work that it used to do taken over by the fence, so its hours should slow down, I would hope. I know this is probably not the most realistic way of doing things, doing a couple laps around the outside, but it has it's kind of a leave-over habit from FS19 to keep the workers contained. But it also, I find that they do a better job when they've got a nice wide headlands. There's less cleanup at the end. Of course, on a map here like Calmsden, it has the additional benefit they aren't getting hung up on the turns on trees or something, so I continue to do that. Although the workers are pretty good. I haven't had a number, or any great number of issues with them wandering across the map in FS22. Just some old habits die hard. Well, I'll carry on with this and get onto that mowing here shortly, and we'll take the horses for a ride before it gets dark, and just take a wander around the farm and see how things are. So I'll catch up with you then. Well, I was so busy doing field work, I almost forgot that we needed to ride our horses here yet today. But it's still early evening, so actually a very pleasant time to go for a ride. So let's saddle up old Poncho here and go for a little ride and check out our animals. Chicken trough looks good. We don't quite have a full pallet of eggs there. Maybe by morning, so maybe we will come and check that when we do our chores, because there might be eggs we can take. Go over here and check on our sheep. See if we can clear this fence. Oh, sorry about that point. Guess we should need a little more speed. That hurt you more than it hurt me, though. Pallet of wool there, so definitely come pick that up in the morning and sell it on. Looks like the water trough might be getting a little empty, so better check on that in the morning as well. Ah, there, that was a little better. There we go. Now we got the knack of it. Things are looking good down here with the piggies. Piggies all over the place. I guess that was the idea though, wasn't it? Everything's looking good there. Let's go check out our secret field. I know what it looks like because I was just there, but you guys don't. Now, I think there's a spot up here in this corner we should be able to sneak a horse through. Right there. So as you can see, I've got all the grass mowed, baled, and picked up. That's the same for both the grass fields that were ready. And interestingly enough, we got an extra 4 bales off of here. So it was worth reseeding it. I wasn't sure. I thought we should get a bit more, but it looked like it was field grass in here, but obviously it wasn't. So that was definitely worth doing. We're up to just over 1.3 million liters of hay in our farm shop, and so I think these 4 fields we have now, that they're all proper fields, will work out just fine for us. There's no need for us to worry about an extra grass field. It seems like they'll keep up no problem. Sugar beets are looking good. There'll be a sugar beet harvest in our not too distant future. Yeah, corn is looking quite nice. Come up on the hilltop here. Yeah, this is a nice field of corn. This should work out pretty good for us. Nice way to check out things on the farm on horseback. Make the environmentalists happy. Don't have to worry about wrecking any crop. Let's go check out things at the old market garden here this evening, see how things are looking. I'm sure Pancho has his 5 minutes in, but we'll just check this out and then we'll head back. This really has turned out nice, this little setup here. I quite like it. The should call it the Omatana Gold Mine. These are all Omatana mods, and they're not actually really cheaty. They all work really, really well together. I guess the only cheaty part about it is this production building. You can do everything in one spot, but the speed-wise and that, really not much faster than the standard in-game stuff. It just takes up less space. This really is a nice little area. It's a big part of why we've been able to do what we can do on the farm. Now that I've got this water production or distribution thing figured out, it works pretty good. I just use the Kubota in this little trailer and top it up in the morning, and it works really well. Reminds me, I should probably check on the seeds. It could probably use a little bit more seed in it. But we'll do that in the morning. Alright, well, we better head back. Hunter needs his ride as well. Whoops. Dumped over a pothole I didn't see. So I'll give Hunter a quick ride. I'm going to mulch and lime those fields. It will be dark by the time we get that done, but if I at least don't get them mulched, it'll set our grass back a month, but I can get that done with what daylight there is left. No problem. That goes pretty fast. So I'll take care of that. I'll get the chores done in the morning, and we'll catch up with you then and see what we've got to do in the month of September here on Calmsden Farm. I'm sure we won't lack for things to do. So I will catch up with you then. Well, good morning and welcome back to the farm. As you can see, it's September 1st, start of the next month. Relatively early in the morning, I have done all our chores. And if we take a look here, we can see our loan is now down to 320. It was at 295 when we bought the Fendt. Just to cover all that off. We don't have too far to go, but we should get the rest of the way. Well, tomorrow for sure, but maybe later today, because I picked up a couple contracts. A baling one on field 7 and a canola harvest on field 30. When we go to do that baling harvest, we're going to do something a little bit different with that one. As you can see, I'm set up here on our canola field with our spot sprayer. So we'll get started on that while we talk about what else we need to do here on the farm. So there's no grass work other than that baling contract, so that's a bit of a relief. We get a 1 month reprieve. Our barley field is ready to harvest. We have that to do. And we can also put our oats and our barley in. Although if we don't get it done this month, we could do it next month. But we'll get one in for sure this month, because I'll do one of them right after I'm done this at least, before we move on to the harvest. If the harvest goes off into the evening or into the dark a little bit, I'd rather that than trying to be doing some rolling or something like that. So that's why I chose to do it that way. I took a look at the used store this morning, but everybody can breathe a sigh of relief. There was absolutely nothing in there, so we're safe for a little while anyway. There's a couple fields of sugar beets out there. I'm kind of wondering if they'll come up as a contract to harvest them. If you recall, I did the calculations and figured what it would be 2.5 harvests, and that equipment would be paid for. But if we picked up a sugar beet contract, well, that would probably take care of the half, and the equipment would be paid for essentially when we did our harvest. Just confirms that it was a good investment is all. And we've used that. I've put quite a few hours on the truck because I've been using it to haul the manure up and the fertilizer around and things like that. Oh, and I had to haul some canola up to our market garden production. It was just about a canola for canola oil. That is a job I need to do, is to kind of get everything moved around. I haven't done that yet, but I've just been putting in what's been needed to keep things running, but that's fine. We've got lots of time to do that. Good winter project when things slow down. Although next month, if we get both the fields in, the oats and the barley, probably won't be a whole lot going on. Just our last grass cutting for the year, and that might be it. Well, and maybe some like sugar beet or corn harvest contracts, I suppose. As part of the chores this morning, I took the horses for a ride too, so if I end up working into the evening, I won't forget about them, so that's been done as well. And I'll probably just add that to my morning routine. Well, I'll carry on with this, and as per usual, I shall probably bring you in kind of midday or halfway through the day and give you an update as to what's been happening. So we'll catch up with you then. Well, we're back here on our canola field. It is just a little after midday. Time for the update. In my list of things to do, I forgot about fertilizing both our two grass fields we just cut and our canola field. So the grass fields are done. So I'm just down here doing our canola field. I had a worker going, and we have both barley on field 2 to the north of us here and field 6 to the south. So it's going to be a swap there on field 6 and field 10 with the barley and the oats, because field 6 is a little larger, and we definitely can use more barley than oats. And then it does mean that all our fields are rotated with different crops, which I think you would probably do in real life as well. Now, sorry about the help window being open, but I ran into a glitch when I was fertilizing my grass fields, and that was that it was acting like precision farming wasn't on, and so I ended up having to actually do the field twice. After I fertilized it once, noticed it had didn't have the appropriate amount of fertilizer on, and that's because like I said, it was acting like precision farming was turned off for some reason. So I've just left it on here for these fertilizing jobs so I can make sure it's working properly. I was thinking after we kind of meet all our goals that I would just, I'm enjoying this map, but I would play it for another season just offline and then bring you back in for a final update. Just to see where we could take the map in a season after we were debt free, and but I don't think I will, because just having too many issues on this, and it's not really a Giants issue or a map issue. It's because I'm playing on I updated the map, as you may recall, and it required a new save game, and ever since then it's been a little bit glitchy, and since 1.8 it's just gotten worse. So I just don't think I'll bother. So once we're done, and we'll just move on. Put our little mini map on here so I can see what I'm doing. more or less. So next on the agenda is I'm going to roll these two fields, or roll them to the point anyways where I can get a worker going, and I'm going to start on those harvests. Like I said earlier, I don't mind if they roll into the night a little bit. Don't mind harvesting at night. And that'll leave the contracts and the field prep on our last field for tomorrow. Cool. I do like this sprayer. I know I've mentioned it before. I just wish they'd also, along with the crop sensors, put the spot spray option on it. That would be awesome. Then we wouldn't need another sprayer to do the spot spraying of the weeds. Would seem an obvious mod to me, but maybe there's some type of conflict, the reason no one's done it to this point. Maybe the two won't work together on the same unit or something. I noticed I missed a little piece over here, so we'll run pick that up. Although it wasn't very much. Oh, looks like I'm going to run out of liquid fertilizer before I run out of field. Probably would have had enough if I hadn't, if I started with a completely full tank, but I had done one of the grass fields after I topped up. So close. And that is how Murphy's Law works, right there. Yes, sir. Anyways, well, I'll get this top back up and finish off that last little piece. I'll get onto the rolling and the harvesting, and I'll bring you in either at the end of the day or tomorrow morning and let you know how it all went. So we'll catch up with you in a little while. Well, as you can see, it's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm here at our pig food production with our truck. It has all of the barley we got off of the harvest of our field 10. I'm just going to throw it in here in the pig food production because it's just easier. with truck and trailer, it's a little difficult to back into any of our silos. So I know it doesn't need all of that barley, but I'll move things around when things aren't quite so busy here on the farm. So the rolling is complete here on field 6, and a worker is working on the rolling on our barley field to north, field 2. And I have the harvester set up on field 30 by the BGA, and we're going to work on that canola harvest contract. But I have looked at the time, and we are out of time for this episode. I guess time flies when you're having fun. So I'm going to get this last of this emptied here, and I'm going to head up to that field. But we are going to have to call this episode complete here at this point. So I'll work on that canola harvest, and I will catch up with you guys in the morning, and that will just leave field 10 to prep and get our oats planted, and that silage harvest. But if you're still with me, really appreciate you watching. If you found this entertaining or informative in any way, please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you want to see when other content like this lands, hit that old notification bell. But for this episode, this is Farmer Murphy signing off. Till next time.